Now I fixed it again,
Yeah.
but it still is correcting.
Okay.
I don't get it.
I don't either. You know, funny thing is my wonderful new phone does that.
It corrects itself.
Oh, yeah.
I think that might be an AI thing.
I think so. Gotta
That
love AI.
us old people just don't understand.
And we're not AI here. Because
Or
it's got
AI.
the word.
Oh, I'm not AI
Well,
compatible. No, I personally am not AI
Well,
compatible.
maybe I am because I have artificial intelligence. I
Well,
don't have the real
no,
thing
you're
anymore.
preserved.
Oh,
You're preserved. Not
that's true. You're right. I am a little bit preserved
you are
there.
preserved.
Yeah, we have preserved.
I mean, not here, because not from eating here in my house. Really? What the heck is Donnie doing not watching his son play professional hockey? Yeah. Mm.
Oh, no.
You didn't even see his son score. Okay. All right. Okay.
No, it's not as big of a. Yeah, not big set. Yeah, go for the second.
He caught the first step, but the second step was missed. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much like, okay, whatever. With Sasquatch. He didn't think we were recording yet. So he was telling us about Wyatt Kaiser, who plays for the Blackhawks hockey, professional hockey. He his parents were friends with.
Right.
Have been for a long time. They watched our dog and blah blah blah. So that's what he was talking about. Wyatt scored a goal last night. So
second, and that's not. I mean, it's if you ever watch hockey,
professional hockey.
It's. I mean, I listen to the games.
Usually not a high scoring,
No. 3 months. How are you?
Yay!
Sweet. They get so cute and cuddly. And Colleen
was here yesterday. She reminded me that she needs help with her thumbs from you.
Okay.
Before you go.
Okay. Because I leave a week from Tuesday. We're there Tuesday afternoon. I think you have to develop a headache and come over on Tuesday because both Marcia and I are there. So if I can't, then Marcia can.
Then Marcia could, yeah.
Yeah. And Maggie probably could help you too. But
Maggie could too, yeah.
So, we have to figure out how that's going. So anyway, yeah. And a funny story too about Colleen Teller. She stopped by.
So she called me yesterday. Colleen, I'm telling the story. I'm sorry you didn't tell me not to. Ha ha. So she calls me yesterday. She had stopped and had breakfast brunch with a friend that she hadn't seen for a while, close to my house. And so she called me and she's like, "Hi, how are you?" And I go, "I'm fine." And she goes, "Want a visitor? I have this friend I haven't seen for a while since she almost died. And I want to come over and give her a hug." I'm like, I didn't almost die, but yes, of course you can come over.
If it had been that much, we probably
Your
both
friend who almost died.
Yeah, we both would have gotten off the cruise ship.
Probably.
So, yeah, you never know. But yeah, funny thing there. I thought that was the best. What a friend to do that,
Yeah, to make fun of me.
God, look at the progress you're making.
That's not that much. It's not that much, but
Have you decreased your decrease?
I haven't done a decrease yet.
You're still in the increase.
No, I'm not increasing, but I'm not decreasing. Yeah, I'm still round and round. I could probably measure sometime soon, but I think mine was like 9 inches or something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's a ridiculous amount. So I just thought, well, there's no sense in even.
In mine, I just changed it.
Yeah, but you also have like 50 less stitches on yours than me because I'm doing the ginormous one. I have a big old noggin and she's doing smaller than the smallest one.
just fits my head, so which is good because I took it off thinking, oops, I might be able to, because it looks really small. But boy, this is like massive.
Yeah, it
Stretch.
stretches.
I thought, no, it's fine, especially since I'm now on a 3 from a 2.
Right. But
And
you're
that-
also just now you're into the
Now
boring
I'm
knit.
into the round.
Just knit in.
Turn around.
Have you determined, are you just going to do a certain amount of rows
Yes.
and
Yes.
then switch
Yes.
to the next color? Well, how many rows?
20.
So are you going to stitch progress keeper the rows, or are you going to count?
I'm counting.
I'm going to count.
Like a mini sheet.
And so you're just going to tick mark off every row?
Yeah, I think so. And if I have 21 or 19, it's okay.
It's
too.
okay.
See, I even have graph paper on my little pads.
That's not a spreadsheet.
No.
Spreadsheet is on a computer.
Well, I can make one because I'll probably start another one because I think that this is just. And when I get up to a certain point, if I don't want to make it a full hat going 18
Then you
inches, I can just bring it
that's
in.
what I would do.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's.
I'm just one that I don't really have anything out paper wise while I'm knitting.
I know.
I want something that's easily repeatable.
Yep.
Not complicated unless it's color work. I mean, if it's color work, then give me the
Well,
graph.
sure. Then you've got to have it up front.
I'll
Right.
take the graph of that.
Yeah, I get that. But, for me, it's.
Well, otherwise, I don't want.
Why?
Well, for one thing, I do most of my knitting, because y'all are keeping me busy with my Etsy shop. So most of my knitting is done in an I'm waiting sort of moment. Like late at night or watching a movie.
Sure.
And the way our living room is, like, you really can't have any lights on or there's a glare on our TV.
True.
So you're in the dark. I want something to knit on that
Right.
I don't need to see. Recently, I'm in a doctor's office.
That's true.
And I don't want to have to have a pattern out reading it and a big bag to take with me. I just want something small.
True. Well, see, that's when I end up with one extra. Usually it's one over because I didn't write it down, and I say I'm going to remember that I did 3 rows, and I don't remember I did 3 rows. I know I did 2 for sure, but I can't guarantee I did 3. See, so
yeah,
so that's kind of my world.
And if I'm kind of a little cold, then I will get my blanket out and start crocheting on my blanket. But since I'm in my own personal heat wave, for the most part, that doesn't happen very often.
No,
where I want a blanket.
Yeah, and my blanket that I'm working on is squares. It's the celebration.
Yeah, it's a small one. Are you through the second one yet?
No, I haven't started it yet on purpose.
Are you taking it with you?
Yeah, I'm taking 2 and 3 with me.
Okay.
So I figure that's 2 skeins that can be stuffed in the corner of a suitcase somewhere, and not necessarily because I won't work on it on the plane. 2 has cables, just a 2-stitch cable, but it's still something I probably have to pay more attention to. So
yeah, I mean, a 2-stitch one is not.
It's not as
terrible.
Bad. No, put it in my carry-on.
I end up sometimes. The cable part. Okay, so the cable part is not an issue with me. It's the which way it's leaning. It's like that's the part that I will fuck it up.
Right. And for the most part, it's the same. Every once in a while, mine's in the center when they do a left and a right.
Yeah.
Or a right and a left.
Yeah.
Get that switched around because usually at the other end it's different for some reason. And I'm over there going, and in the center anymore, I don't do the yarn overs or the make ones. I just do front and back because I don't like the space that sometimes making a left or a right can make a little bit of space, especially in the center.
Oh, you're talking about
like in a shawl.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
talking about a right-leaning stitcher versus a left-leaning stitch.
Versus the same thing, but you've got the front and the back with the, because it's just so much easier. You get used to putting it in the back because you've done a whole row of going in the back, and then it's like, okay, now I got to come back and put it in the front.
That's why I rewrote the pattern that shall not be named. I rewrote the beginning and the ending of that hat.
With the knit front back?
Yeah, I just made, but it changes things.
It does.
It does change things. Well, not only does it change the look a little bit, but it also changes the stitch count.
It does. Yeah, it can. Yeah.
So
you're over
like,
there going,
okay, I had to think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, that's good.
4 pairs of socks, Mags. Jeez. I look at the socks and I think, okay, this is going to be it. And I started and I get to that point, and then next thing you know, it becomes a mitten because I just can't bring myself to
do the heel.
Yeah, to do the heel. And then I didn't plan for the thumb, but it doesn't matter when you're going round and round. You can put the thumb anywhere because then it'll move to either side. So it doesn't really make any difference where you put the thumb. So you just pick up 8 stitches and 8 stitches and you stick it and away you go. So
well, you can do the same thing for the heel.
I know, but I did that. I'm no, not going there. It's not happening.
You can put it in an afterthought heel,
I'd have
just
to
like your
probably-
afterthought thumb.
But I'd have to wear my pants up. I'd have to have flood pants on because I'd want everybody to see them.
You see your handiwork.
Yeah.
But does it matter that people aren't seeing your Holly socks? Didn't Holly make those for you? Who made those?
Ashley made those.
Oh, Ashley. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
so does it matter to you if people on the street walking by, I don't see them?
No. I never.
You just wear flood pants so that they can see them.
Short pants. Always when I wear Ashley's. Always, I wear a shorter pant. Now, funny story about Ashley's. My husband, of course, he does the wash. He lost one of Ashley's socks.
Stop it.
He can't lose the ones that I paid $3 for $1. Oh.
What is going on?
I found it though. It just backed up. It was probably stuck in,
I would have had to kill him.
I was close.
I would have done it for you.
Stack like this, and the blue one wasn't in the stack, and I thought, okay, but they all folded, so he must have been wrong. He must have thought he missed it. And then when I got to the bottom of the stack, there's my little knitted one, and the other one isn't there. And I'm like, is this the one you lost? Yeah, I couldn't find it. I'm sure it'll turn up. And I said, and I had a tirade. And my brother's there, and he's over there going, she's really sensitive about her. I heard him. She's really sensitive about her socks. And he's like, yeah, somebody made her for her. I feel bad. And, maybe I should look through it. So he tells.
Morning, Terry.
He tells, he says he gets in his wheelchair and he goes into his bedroom because Mikey had done some of his wash to shake it out to see if my sock was in there. And he goes, well, I don't have it. And Mike says, yeah, I got to go do that too. And I don't know, it was downstairs. It was in the basket. So I'm just assuming that he found it, but didn't want to say where or what it was, instead of making a big production like, hey, I found it. See, I didn't lose it. You owe me an apology. No, he was real quiet about it. And I went, he goes, and I'm like, here it is. Where is it? And he goes, what? And I said, never mind. And I walked away. Yeah, I take that pair, and I have to admit, I won't even send them down in the ship. I wash them up by hand, sort of. Most of the time, I just sort of spray them with like Lysol, and then I put a spray refreshener on them so I can wear them again when I'm on the cruise.
Yeah,
because I figure they're knit. I wear my hats.
Don't spray Lysol on them. Just wear them again. It's okay.
I know, but my feet.
Arnie and what's his name? They just hang them outside in the winter. Yeah, they don't wash them at all. They just hang them outside.
Why stuck them outside? I mean,
do your feet stink?
No.
Okay, then you can wear your socks multiple times.
Spray my shoes then, so that my shoes don't
whatever.
Smell. But yeah, I do wear on my level. They're my only pair. They're like right there. They're protected. In fact, I think the last trip when we went,
they're coveted. It's a coveted.
the Apex. I had them with me, and I don't think I even wore them. They're in a separate little bag. I mean, they stay in a bag
Of course,
separate.
they're in a separate bag.
Well, I don't want to get.
She's the bag lady.
Yeah. In fact, I cut out 3 bags this week because I can't hang out downstairs. And so I cut out 3 bags this week to make new bags for this trip. Just because. Even though I don't have 3 projects yet.
I
only have 1.
I actually looked at
2.
Looked at buying a sewing machine because I have some things that I need shortened and whatnot, and I don't feel like doing it by hand. And I'd rather just buy a sewing machine.
Well,
I'm like, well, I could ask Deb to do it, but it might take her 7 years to do it.
Not
So
if you came over, I would do it right then and there. And actually, it's funny because my brother cut up a pair of his jeans for his stump leg, right?
yeah,
And he just cut up the seam. He went up the side of the seam, and he's got all these threads and everything out the side of the seam. And he's like, well, can you put these back together? They're like my favorite jeans. And I said, well, not anymore, because you cut the seam and I've got threads and everything there.
Why the hell did you do that?
He did that.
No, him. Why the hell did he do
Well,
that?
he was just going to wear it long. But then it drags because
why did he
and then he comes down
why did he cut up the seam?
No, he should have had me take it apart, because then I could have back together. So what I'm going to do is, I told him, I said, this pair is now just for when you go with the stump. That's it. I said, we're not doing anything else. And and because I sewed over the side, because I couldn't take all the frayed edges. They were just, I couldn't do that. So last night.
Sew over it and then take a lighter to him and
yeah, that's what I think I'm going to end up doing. Something like that. I'll probably torch his pants.
Torch the whole pants. And go up and smoke.
Yeah. Set that smoke detector off. Make sure I don't do it anywhere near it. Yeah, in fact, it is in that room, so I better not do it there. But so yeah, I did that because my sister called like at the last minute, wanted to go out to dinner. So the only thing he has are these floppy sweatpants that drag when he's got up and about, and plus they fall off his butt. So because he doesn't have an ass, he just, he's got a beer belly.
I have a relative that their pants slide down all the time as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to have
not you. Remember?
Starting yet.
But then refuses to wear a belt.
Oh, yeah. He wears suspenders. My dad wore bib overalls. He even had dress bib overalls that were brand new that Mom, they were like a super dark blue, and my mom bought them someplace where they were uber expensive. Because
he's not gonna fall down.
Well, that's true. But he also had them hemmed like this. I mean, you saw his sock and his ankle. He just didn't.
Wanted them. He didn't want them dragging anywhere.
Dragging anywhere.
So when he sat down, they went almost to his knee.
Yeah. Remember that years? Remember back in the days with bell bottom? A lot of you guys don't remember, and probably Colleen doesn't remember either, because she's one of these young ones. But you used to wear these big wide bell bottoms, and you wanted them to drag. You wanted to step on the back instead of having holes in your knees.
You would get frayed backs.
And you almost tripped over them half the time.
I was born in 71. I wasn't a teenager.
I
wasn't a teenager in the 70s.
Do you know who June Cleaver is?
Well, yeah, I know who June Cleaver is.
So that works.
But I wasn't a teenager in the 70s. I was 9 at the end of the 70s. Mm. So
yeah, 17. Okay.
At the beginning of the 70s?
Yeah, I graduated high school in January of 71. So yeah.
Colleen, I wore bell bottoms. That was the second time that they were.
The second time.
That was the second time that they were.
They weren't like this. And I
were there
seriously.
With Tori wore bell bottoms too.
Yeah, they were this wide, and they hugged her. I mean,
I don't ever remember wearing bell bottoms in my era at all. Like, I probably did as a small child, but I don't remember it.
I did. Yeah, I did.
And then they came back in when Tori was like
sort of
10, 9, 10, 11-ish. Mm-hmm. So Colleen, what is Tori? 10 years younger than you?
Yeah.
10, 15. So you would have been 20-ish.
Mhm.
Am I guessing around there, Colleen?
Max, did you have 'em where you were at?
Yeah, Megs, did you have the
The whole
whole
bell bottom, hippy
crap?
dippy, gotta go with this weird shirts that float and jewelry
And all the flower power
and
and
the hair and
the
the
ironing your hair,
headbands.
ironing your hair,
Oh, that was a big thing. But then
and pop can rollers.
yes, my sister used those too because she wrapped it around her head so it would stay straight, but she had
She wrapped her
the
hair
tan.
around her head.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, see, you loved them too. I thought they were great because you could, the only thing.
And white go-go
Oh,
boots. Oh my
gosh,
God, right?
Oh, I thought because mine had fat calves and I couldn't wear the true go-go boots.
Oh,
I saved and saved and saved and saved my babysitting. I babysat my kids. I couldn't stand to get money for go-go boots, and they wouldn't go up around my fat calf. So I was so upset. And they didn't put elastic or zippers and things like that in it then. And it was leather because they didn't use all this stuff that
there was
stretched.
plastic.
I mean, now I
bullshit.
think you can get them made out of elastic.
Yeah, or plastic, and you could dunk them in like hot water and stretch them out.
Sure. Now you can't do any of that. It's terrible. Oh my gosh, yeah. Unbelievable. Who would have thought we would have gone back there on March 2nd? And it is March 2nd already.
It is. March.
It's already March. Before you know it. I mean, and Friday was
It'll
the
be my
Ides of
birthday
March.
soon.
Yeah, it was.
You're gonna be gone on my birthday.
I know. Sad.
Well,
You want me to fly back?
from the middle of the ocean somewhere between Spain and Florida.
Yeah, I'd probably have to swim. Yeah.
That's kind of close
Even
to
if I
the
probably-
Bermuda Triangle. I don't know
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that. No,
probably not,
don't do
yeah,
that.
Yeah, because we actually come back through the Bermuda Triangle to go down to Miami. So yeah, I may be lost forever. You never know. But we did learn about the Bermuda Triangle when we went to Bermuda.
Yeah.
Bermuda is technically not in
The
the
Bermuda Triangle. No.
because they are north of it.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's got something to do with the poles and just south, back in the old day, just south of Bermuda, from down to the Caribbean over and up, it doesn't go to the true center north, it's off to the side.
Yeah.
And so they would veer off course and get lost in storms and things. And that's pretty much how it happened, even though there's only 2 shipwrecks around Bermuda itself, and they were planned.
So are there any rocks inside the Bermuda Triangle that you need to go visit?
Probably. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
She found more rocks that she needs to go to.
Yeah, I do. I found a few. And actually, a lot of the islands off the coast of Norway are rocks in the ocean too, because they're in the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're not connected to Norway. So I might have to go up
So
that
what?
way.
So then what country are they attributed to?
Norway. They belong to Norway.
Oh, they belong to Norway. Okay.
Well, it's funny because
no, I was watching a documentary on that, on those 150 different islands around Norway.
Yeah, they have incredible.
Yeah, there's tons and tons and tons of them, and there are some people living on a lot of them. And not a whole lot, not a whole lot, but there are some.
Yeah, and the furthest north one is called Svalbard, 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 and it's way up there. It's like the northernmost inhabited spot, and it's amazingly beautiful. And then Allstate had a commercial that they filmed, where you plugged it in and you got all this special, because your rate and you were driving safely. Well, the guy drove from this side in his house into town across a bridge, and that was Norway. And so
that was one of the
little islands.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Because it was talking about his long commute to work, and it was just the other side of the island, which the whole island was like a acre and a half.
Yeah. And so, and they built this fancy bridge to get to the other side of it. They're known for that up there, I guess. And so, I found out because of the seed place that's way up there. There's a seed storage up there.
Oh, yeah.
That with climate
in
change,
Norway or Sweden?
It's in Norway.
It's in Norway?
In
yeah, there's a huge seed
because of the climate change. it's starting to warm up there. So those seeds could be in danger. They're from all over the world, guys.
Yeah. Maggie's 61 on the 9th of April. I'll be 54 the end of the month.
Remember when you turned 50?
Mm-hmm.
But that's about where I start to remember things 4 or 5 years ago. Not so much last week. That's coming and going now. Bad. So anyway, what did I just say?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. My brain went to my whole brain battle with itself over the advent
I
calendars.
know. Yeah. And
So
I get that.
So just so that you guys know, I'm gonna have a Halloween advent this year, 13-day, I think, 13-day Halloween advent. I am not having a Christmas advent this year, only because I battled with myself over this one.
She did.
I did for weeks.
You could see the bruises back here.
I was flogging myself and everything. No, so I had every intention of doing a Christmas advent. And I ordered a whole mess of stuff after Christmas this last year. Blurgity, blurgity, blurg. But some of them I only wanted to do 30 or do a pre-order,
Sure.
blah, blah, blah. Some of them that I got way more than 30. And then I was like, well, I can't, and they go together. Like some of them, 4 of them went together really, really well.
Right.
And another one's like 6 of them went together really, really well. And so I was like, I could do a pack like of these would be perfect.
Yeah.
But I can't put them in the advent because heaven forbid you buy an advent and the pack. Like I can't have that. The advent has to be on its own.
Yeah.
So that can't be. What am I going to do with all of these extras?
True. Because you
Hold
just
them
can't.
for a couple of years.
Yeah. And then they get buried, and before you know, you don't even realize.
I'm not doing that. Yeah. So I finally came to the conclusion that no, because literally I have 1,000 charms. That 4 go together really well and 6 go together really well. So they are going to be their own pack.
Fine.
You guys are going to be the very first to see them. They will not be available until July. These will not be available until Christmas in July, but you get to see them here first in March. Holy Hannah, Batman, March, you're seeing these. These are the cutest fucking things.
They might have to fall in my bag.
Now you have to be a cat person. But look.
Oh my God, I'm a dog
cats.
person, but they are too
Look
cute.
At these guys. Oh my God, aren't they the cutest things ever?
Oh my heavens. If you've got a cat friend, these are the best.
So each cat has a different hat on and is holding a red Christmas ornament.
Oh.
And a scarf.
Look at the expressions on these guys.
One of them has a pair of glasses on. They're just the cutest ever.
I know.
Come back next week. You're here next week?
Yes, I am.
Come back next week and you'll see the 6-pack one.
Oh my God.
That will be available in July for Christmas in July.
Look at, they're gray.
Now those
and yellow
would have been in the advent, but
right. Oh my
I'm just making them a pack instead.
This guy with the thing, you can't really see too much, but
he's got on a pair of glasses. It's just the cutest. Absolutely cutest. Oh, and then I want you guys' opinion. If any of you guys are cross stitchers or needle that
or
kind of
somebody
or that sort of needle crafting world,
even needlepoint or
needlepoint
or some of that other stuff,
not tatting,
but
whatever. If you would think it would be weird to have the magnetic needle holders in a crochet knitting Etsy shop.
I think so.
Do you think that would be weird?
I don't think so.
I think I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see.
Put it on maybe put it on our Instagram and have people respond.
And do a survey.
Yeah. Because
Uh-huh.
really it doesn't pay to do another shop, because then that's two places you're
I have to,
coordinating and getting
it
confused.
could just be
it could just be just a subsection. Crafting. Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, it's
the reason
technically
why I was even looking at that was because I was gonna get something for my mother-in-law. I actually did get her I ordered one for her for Christmas, and I think it was thrown out with Christmas wrap because they're so little.
Mhm.
So I had gotten her a bookmark and a needle holder for her cross stitch needle on her work. And I think they were both thrown away with gift wrap at Christmas time. So
Could be.
because I got her a cross stitch pattern,
Right.
and with the pattern I gave her a needle holder and a bookmark.
That'd be like giving me yarn for Christmas. The woman has 9,000 anyway.
But she didn't have the pattern for these ducks.
That's true.
And she's working on it right now.
Oh, I bet it's adorable.
It's so freaking cute. That and her nickname, Tori nicknamed her Lena Ducks.
Lena
Ducks.
Yeah.
So. At any rate, so I was looking for in Etsy, I was looking for a thing to hold the thread, because of course I was talking to her about the thread holders. And I don't understand why you can't use the needle holders, the magnetic needle holders.
Right. To stick it up in the corner, or stick it to the side, or because you're going to go back to it, or just to hang out with it, or even if you just put it here and put your needle on it at least.
Maggie says she loves this. She's a cat person now.
Oh yeah. I'm a person, but this is like totally the best, cutest thing.
The 6-pack are not cats; they are kids.
Oh, okay. Well,
they're
I'm
children.
Not a person.
They're children.
But the cats
I think they're just as cute. If not cuter.
The cat
with the glasses. The cat with the glasses is my favorite. My absolute favorite. This little guy with it.
Yeah. Just beyond.
Like if he was in human form, this would be the kid that's on Toy Story, or I mean, Christmas Carol. It'd be a little kid
Yeah. He would definitely just beyond too cute. He'd be the one in telling Stephen Hawking he was wrong. No, you're wrong. Sorry. And then you walk away. No, you're wrong.
Okay, Sheldon.
I mean, that's pretty much it. That would be
okay, Sheldon.
Seriously, if I ever get a cat, I'm going to name him Sheldon.
Megs has 3 cats.
Oh, really? So you are a cat person.
She's a cat person. She wasn't being facetious.
She was just being a cat. So
anyway. Somebody at Tuesday Knitting,
yes,
mostly everybody at Tuesday Knitting, said that I need to write a pattern for this.
Yes, she does.
Oh my God, y'all!
Because it's amazing.
Seriously, guys, like this.
You've been seeing it, but she hasn't really worked on it.
I haven't worked on it for a while.
Session.
And it's been in purgatory for a hot minute. But do you guys really want a pattern for this? It's so not. Oops. I'm trying to snag it.
No.
There.
Sorry.
See,
this is this style, the up and down, the cross.
Yeah, where I got the.
So if you turn it kind of like this, it would be.
Well, the shadow shawl is a traditional triangle shaped shawl.
Increase both sides, up you go.
And center. She uses this stitch sequence in that.
Yes. It's knit, purl, knit.
And so it's 3 knits and then a purl.
Right. Or something like that.
And you interchange 2 different colors and you end up getting this like faux
Brioche look.
brioche looking sort of thing. So that's up close. I liked the effect,
Yes, but you're not a triangle
but I
shawl.
was not I'm not a huge triangle shawl shaped person. So I wanted a long, like the orgasm shawl.
Sure.
So I just kind of took my orgasm shawl pattern
And did the
and
sides
and and changed it
to
be this pattern. So it'll end up being a wrap that's however
Cool.
long I want it to be. I
Right.
just keep going until
right. And this is just a deviation of shadow shawl,
yeah.
which is just amazing. And I love it because it's just I love that pattern anyway. But she's right. Sometimes you just don't want
I don't want a
a
triangle shawl.
triangle shawl. You want more of a rectangle.
Yes, we want the pattern, please.
Yes, we do. Come on,
Okay.
we got it together.
Okay, I'll write the pattern. I mean, the pattern won't be difficult because I already have it pretty
Right.
much in the orgasm shawl.
You just need to rewrite it to the other side. Yeah, she needs to do it.
Need to rewrite the middle of it.
Yeah. Well, I did that this week too. I took a bulky hat, which I really liked on Ravelry, but it's super bulky. They make it like with a 15 or 17 or something like that. Do you know how fiddly the end of that hat would be? I mean, it's only like 12 rows for the entire hat.
Well, not only that, but I would have to buy new, like, could I just use dowel rods for the yeah.
So that would
for
for sure. So anyway,
I mean, how big do flexi flips go to?
They don't go that big.
So you would have to do double points.
Yeah.
In like dowel rod size.
Or have Mikey saw off the other end of the.
Does he have a wood turning thing?
Yeah, he does. Of course he does. But again, we'd have to dig it out and put it out and move the car and get it on another table because So anyhow.
Yeah.
So I did. I just went and I thought, well, I'll just turn it. It's worsted yarn, and I'll just turn it into a worsted,
Yeah.
And I'll just turn it into a worsted hat. So that's where I'm at this week. Except I don't like the yarn, so I didn't bring it today because I don't like the yarn. So it's going to go bye-bye. I have to take, even though I've already done all the knit one purl ones with the yarn splits. Beautiful yarn. It's a worsted, it's washable, the whole bit, but it's just, it changes color and it would be a very cute hat, but I just don't want to go with all the splitting. And I read somewhere that if you put beeswax on it, when you're winding it, you could, if you put
But is that going to come off?
Yeah, it just falls off. I mean, because you use beeswax when you're doing cross stitch to make sure your threads don't tangle. It's just a small amount. It's like having lotion on your hand, and yet you don't anyway. So I was reading about that, and I was like, because I don't like.
I never put beeswax on my cross stitch.
See, I do on my thread because sometimes it gets tangled. You got to remember, most of my kits are probably from the 70s. You can't even use the fabric anymore because it's about this stiff. Nowadays, it's very supple. Mine is like, you don't have to worry about stretching it in the frame because it's stretched.
You can't get it in the frame.
Yeah, you're like stitching.
You have to wash that first.
Yeah, we're supposed to, but I don't. I only block it in cold water.
But there's a chemical on there that makes it stiff. So even if you just got it wet and let it dry,
I don't care. I never do.
I love you.
That's an extra step that would take time for me to have to do it. Now I do wash my fabric before I make bags and things like that. But I usually come home and throw it in the washer and Mikey washes it. So
I was cursing you out the other day.
Why?
Well, the paperless paper towels that you made me,
yeah,
which I love them. I love them. I use them.
Consistent size.
They are all different fucking sizes.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, you did not wash this fabric before you cut these up and made it. They are different sizes all together.
It was all washed.
After I washed.
It was all washed, but I never wash anything on. It's usually on very cool, warm water
Mm.
or cold in our house. Never,
Mhm.
ever do I wash anything more. And I probably should have, but I always wash fabric, especially flannel, because it goes to kids. It at least gets rinsed a couple of times. And I have that gentle wash stuff, because don't you wash baby stuff in something different? It's some funky name that you use, or ivory
Draft or
draft
whatever
or
it's called.
something it is. So, but I never fabric softener, because one time I did, I early on when I was making a bag, I made one for small ones, and the mom bought it for the little girl, and she got a hold of me and said that she was going to sue me because her kid broke out in a rash, and it was because of the bag. And I was like, no, it wasn't because of the bag. And I just gave her the money back, and she wanted, like 10 times what that was worth, because the kid got a thing. And I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. And that was before the days of everybody dinging you on Facebook and things like that. So I didn't worry about that. And I did get a lawyer letter, but it was her husband. So show the paper towels. I'll go get one.
So go get one. She was making fun of me because I was like, just bring the whole tube over. It slips over the top. Whatever. Just bring the whole thing over.
Okay. And I just use scrap pieces that
you don't
I
have to go around like that. You can just go like this. They come off like a paper towel.
See?
But okay,
So
there's that
like
one.
16 by 16.
But wait a minute. Keep that one held up.
And then there's this one.
There's this one. That she didn't wash this one. She didn't pre-shrink this one. It's not the same size.
Actually, like I said, I always pre-wash.
It's just
and you know what? I probably ironed them too, and you didn't.
I don't iron. I don't iron anything.
I iron everything. But anyway, I made these because I was giving her shit about them, because I'm thinking, come on, paper towels, give me a break. Well,
and then she's like, you're just going to spend more money on the water to wash them. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do a separate load of just these. I'm just going to throw them in with the load.
Carrie, I'll have to make you some. What I did was
they're awesome. And I tell you, I don't use them but I never used paper towels that much anyway. I would just use like my dishcloth.
Right.
But okay, so what I use these a lot for, I moisten one down and I put it in the bottom of almost every single vegetable that I buy.
Right.
So these go in like a plastic bag with my snap peas, or
yeah, something like that.
Cut up carrots or whatnot, moistened, so then my veggies stay better longer. All of my herbs, everything in the lettuce, and every single one gets one of these in it.
I don't do, and I don't serge the ends like everybody else, because I don't have a serger, so it's just zigzagged all the way around.
She just zigzags.
I just zigzag, which is fine with me, but still, I made them for Christmas because
she made them as a joke, because I said, there's a lady on Etsy selling like 6 of these for $19.99.
Yeah.
And Deb was like, are you freaking kidding me? There's no freaking way. So she's like, I'm making some projects. And then she's giving me crap for, for even looking at this. I don't have a roll of paper towels in my house anymore, y'all. I don't.
Really?
I don't have any. I have 0 paper towels in my house.
You don't?
I use these to clean glass, spray Windex, and then use these for it.
Well, that would be they're kind of like a microfiber, because it's flannel.
I'm telling you, they're awesome.
They're supposed to be like 16 by 16 or 18 by 18 or something. And I screwed it up and didn't
do them whatever size you want. But what is the fabric? It's
just flannel. Baby flannel.
Just whatever. Flannel.
You can make them out
cotton
of other
flannel.
Stuff, use, because I have tons of it.
They're awesome. I don't use paper towels anymore.
First, and turned them into fancy bib cloths. So when you went to church and your kid threw up, you could at least turn it over so nobody's seeing the throw up. They would just see the nice, pretty colors there.
So even though her husband thought I was going wackadoo too.
Yes, he did. He did.
I'm like, bed.
And I even went to Dollar Tree and bought a stand to put it on. And then he bought this is on
But-
PVC.
Yeah,
pipe.
it's on a PVC pipe, but
Yeah.
so you could put it on to an old paper towel
Old
roll.
paper towel holder, but I went, he went and got the PVC. So he was involved in the whole project too.
So I just use them, wash them when I wash. I don't do a full load of
Right.
just these, like, because I don't have just these.
I know I can sell them, but I never sell any of my stuff. I just give shit away.
So
if you send us your address, I'll make some and send it to you. But don't. You'll have to wait for them.
yeah, it'll be years.
Yeah, I'm not good about getting things.
And she doesn't take negative reviews, so
no, and I don't take negative reviews very well. And I'm like, well, screw you! I'm not gonna send them to you. Yeah, I don't like you either. Yeah, so
I would imagine since it's just flannel, you could like, couldn't you just like zigzag cut it too with like
sure.
zigzag scissors? You know what I'm talking about?
Right, you could, but it's the pinking shears.
Pinking shears.
You could, but again,
it's still gonna felt a little bit,
and it's still gonna pull a little bit. So,
but I was just thinking for us folks that don't have a sewing machine that still want to do this, you could do it with pinking shears.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just eventually gonna ravel,
Right.
and you're gonna want to pitch it, but.
Right.
You know, another yard
and
of
Joanne's is closing its stores here in Indianapolis, and I think everything's
So-
40%.
so
off,
another yard of
Sure. I'm not a good cutter, and I had pieces, and some of these were leftover pieces.
so she
from
just
what
cut them to whatever.
because I used
They'll
different
go on.
size some diapers, and so I laid them out on the fabric, and then I would use the rotary color on the wrong side, and it would go like this,
Yeah.
or I would cut in, and because I was sure
So
it was going to be
I'm-
past the ruler.
Dying laughing because the other day Jamie and my husband and I do laundry together. Now I know your house is different. Your husband does all the laundry.
No, I don't even go in there.
Well, we both will do the washer dryer, but as soon as the stuff comes out of the dryer and goes in to be put away, since it's just the two of us, we both do it together.
There's only two of us, and we don't do it together.
But we do it together. Like, so one person does not have it's same with the dishwasher.
Yeah.
When the dishwasher is being put away, the person who discovers it yells for the other person to get their ass out and help you. Okay, so that's what we do with the laundry too. So we just dump it onto the bed. We both hop up on the bed and we start folding this stuff. And I'm doing this one with hers, and I just stack them all together, and then I bring them out here and throw them in the drawer.
My underwear a certain way. It folds into a little.
So he folds your underwear a certain way.
No, I fold it. He lays everything out flat.
Oh.
I mean, everything is out. So literally, you could take the stack of underwear and just put it in a drawer, and it would be just fine because he lays it out flat. It's smooth. You don't have to do his clothes the whole bit, because I think that's what he does with his underwear, is just lays it in the drawer. I, on the other hand, take and I fold over the top, then I turn it over and I wrap this in, okay, like this. Then you wrap it in, and then you fold it up one,
and then you tuck it in.
And then I tuck this around it, so it makes a little package. Okay. And I used to just roll everything and put it in the suitcase that way. I could only get 14 pairs across the bottom. I got 18 pairs when I folded it the other way. And if I took an iron to it, I got 20. So there you have it. Now I'm going to stop on the way home today and get some of those squishy bags, the sucking out that you can take for travel that you just roll or sit on, and they flatten everything out.
Or you put your
right,
vacuum
so that I could
reverse
carry some of these heavier my sweaters in the bag for the trip. Because
here's my thing: if you got rid of your bags, you would have so much more room in your bag.
I did get rid of a suitcase. I got 2 suitcases.
But you would get rid of so much.
Oh no, then I'd never find
you would
anything.
Create so much more room in your suitcase if you just got rid of the 40,000 bags that you have in there.
Hi, Carrie.
Have you ever stacked the bags up and seen how much just your bags weigh?
No, because they don't weigh that much, because they all have stuff in it, stuff that's important. I mean, I have my carry in my little backpack I wear. It always has my jacket, my rain hat, a tiny umbrella, and that's what I carry all the time. It sits in the bag. It never comes out. My bag with all the magnets sits in the bag and never comes out. And that's just a little one about this size. It's not very big. There's about 4 or 5. My sunglasses are in a bag. All my connectors are in their own little bag, but that's a see-through bag. And then my extra
Each curling iron is in its own bag.
Yeah, it's
your
in its own
shoes are
holder.
in their own bag.
Yes.
Your combs are in their own bag.
Right.
Your toothbrush and toothpaste are in their own bag. Another bag. How many bags do you have when you travel?
This size to this size.
Right.
Now this size will go, but it'll be folded down because so it doesn't take up more room. This is actually a lunch bag, and I use it to carry it on the ship when I have my stuff in there. Because it's very cool. I can put everything in there too. Almost think. And I have my cup, my
in a bag.
Yeti.
In a bag. In a bag.
No, it just sits in there because I put stuff in it, like my lozenges and stuff like that. It's very efficient. That's why TSA never goes through my bag.
You're always worried about how much your bags can weigh. And I'm just sitting here going, all of your bags together probably are 5 pounds.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, you just sat here and said they don't weigh anything, but all together they probably weigh 5 pounds. But
they don't
get rid of 5 pounds just by getting rid of your bags.
But that's why I got rid of the old.
I swear to God, y'all, she goes right up to the freaking to the number.
I do.
Like if her scale isn't calibrated right, you're fucked. No, you are gonna get dinged.
I always have it at least at 48, so I give a 2 pound. But there are times that it's 49.9. I've had 49.9, and several times I've actually been right on 50. And I took the umbrella out because that made it 50 because the umbrella put it over because I don't like carrying some of that stuff. But you got to remember, I usually fly in the front of the paint, and you get 70 pounds.
Yeah.
But I don't like to do that because it's not fair to have them throwing around 70 pounds. Now, Air Lingus changed it to 3 50-pounders because they didn't want their people throwing around a 70-pound bag. And they do get very heavy. And I can't lift it onto the bed to unpack it.
Right.
So I bought a new one. And the bags are much lighter now than what they used to be. Even your purses, the old Dooney and Burke purses, they were all heavy. So the purse itself was 5 pounds.
Yeah, but that's your personal carry thing. That's your personal carry.
I carry a purse when I go.
I'm just saying, for people who do carry a purse, that's your personal carry, and you make that be a big Dooney and Burke.
Yeah, the only other thing is my purse usually has to get stuff in my carry-on one right here. So it's usually, if you have a strap, it's like right here, so you can barely hang on to the bag because I have everything else I might need during the course of the flight.
Well, I mean, my carry-ons are my rolly carry-on.
I don't know how she does it. I just don't know. And my sister's the same way.
My sister just for a week with a carry-on.
I can't.
That's because you bring so much shit that you don't fucking use.
No, I need it all.
You don't need it all. Listen to us. We're like 2 old married people. It's too funny. Like,
We're going on 5 years. Pretty soon we have 2 more to go, and then we'll have the 7-year split. Then we'll have to get a separation or something. Yeah.
We went to Florida for a week. She brought I
had a big suitcase
and a carry-on and a yarn bag.
Yeah.
I had a yarn bag and a carry-on. And I ended up having room to put my husband's Lego
in
box
the
inside of there and the egg carton thing inside of my carry-on.
Right.
And I bought yarn too.
Well, I'm not buying t-shirts anymore, so I don't have to plan for that.
Yeah.
Because I just got rid of a bunch of them, and I thought I don't do anything with them except wear them once or twice, and then I'm into my Temu shirts, so that's part of the reason why I just do that. So anyway,
and I was having a discussion with one of my coworkers the other day new worker, new upper management is now working in our office. Oh, okay, so we don't have enough upper management. We need more upper management. At any rate,
Obviously, they don't know Elon Musk.
right. I like him. He's a good guy. So he came in, and, he's an older gentleman, and well, older. When I say older,
women?
like he's my age.
Do they not hire women?
Yeah, our head of HR is a woman.
Oh, wow. 2 women in the entire institution.
One of our warehouse managers is a woman.
3 in the entire institution. Excuse me. Man, they are really on it. Okay, go ahead.
Well, the consultant that they're hiring to fix all the fucking problems in our place is a woman.
Yeah, that's what you need. The best man for the job is a woman.
Yeah. So at any rate, back to Bob. His name is Bob.
Bob.
His Bob. He had on a blue and white checkered polo shirt, long sleeved, collared. I mean, it was so 1970s. I was like, what in the world? But he's got, silver white hair and blue eyes. So it looked really good on him.
He's probably had it for 26 years, too.
It's a nice shirt. I said, I like your shirt. And he was like, thanks.
My wife hates it.
I got it at the Goodwill. Thanks, I got it at the Goodwill. I was not expecting that. He's like, oh, I only wear polo and this and that. And like just a couple of different. He goes, but I only shop at the Goodwill. That's he goes, I've got it down to a science now. I just go to my size and go, nothing. And I'm out of there.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, well, have you tried the one? Which then made me think of Chicken Sharon, because she used to go to the Goodwill all the time too. And her walk-in closet would have like 4 articles of clothing in it.
This beautiful long walk-in
huge walk-in closet, and there's nothing in there.
And I'm thinking,
and she's like, well, I wear the shirt once or twice, maybe 3 times, and then I donate it back to the Goodwill and I go buy another t-shirt.
Yeah. I have to admit. Yeah. I've gotten that way a little bit more with my Temu stuff too. Because I told my guy, I said, by the time I figure out what I spend going to like getting a summer wardrobe type thing from Kohl's or even Walmart, because they've gotten a little more expensive too. Even then I would spend say $250. I can go to Temu and probably get the same stuff. And there's a shirt on Amazon that's
for $50.
That's $26.99. The exact same shirt. And on Temu, it's $5.79.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, no wonder, people are crazy. But then we went to Costco yesterday and I bought a bunch.
It could change for you.
I know.
Not much.
No.
But
the problem with Temu is, and I've really been at them, is I ordered this big order with some shirts and things. And because they're coming from distribution centers, they add $2.99 for shipping because it's not part of the big package. And I'm like, no, you said it was free shipping.
It was part of my big order. I don't care where you're shipping it from.
Exactly. But they charge $2.99. And so then Mikey, he goes, why are you giving him shit about it? It's still only $8.76. And I'm like, it's a principle of the thing. Except if I didn't like it and return it back. I've gotten so many, like the one dress.
You
just donate it or keep it and they give you the money back. Some things, though, they're asking you to take less. So if it was, say, a $12 item or a $15 item, they'll have you ship it back, or you can take $7 in a refund and not spend $6 to send it back. They charge you $2.99 to get it to you, but then you have to pay $6.99 to get it back to them.
That's like, I had somebody in my Etsy shop who she left a bad review or a negative review and only gave me like 1 star or something because I charged $3.99 for shipping for, a $3 product.
Well, know that going into it.
Yeah. I'm like, it's first off, it's right there. Right. And I do offer free shipping at $35. I only charge you 50 cents for if you order something else.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you knew this going into it. So I posted publicly my response to her when I said, I agree. I agree with you 100%. $3.99 is a lot to ship.
Mhm.
But compared to what I actually paid for the shipping, I paid more.
Right.
I paid $4.28 for the
Right.
shipping that you only paid $3 for. So so I paid more for it.
Right.
In order to give you tracking so that you could see where your package
Right.
is.
Right.
Could I have put this into an envelope
And
and
just
stuck a stamp on it?
2 stamps, sure.
Yep, absolutely.
No guarantee
But
would've
then I'm
gotten
not
it.
going to guarantee anything.
Right.
This way,
exactly.
I will guarantee, I'm not going to guarantee it gets to you, but here's the tracking.
Mhm.
And then you can argue with the post office.
Yeah, there you go.
You can argue with the post
Take it
office,
up
but
with
at least
them.
there's tracking with it.
Right.
Then I was like, I agree. It is expensive for this size of a thing, but
Mhm.
talk to your post office. Like
Right.
I don't create this price. Like,
Right.
and I'm paying more than what I'm charging you for it. So,
Exactly. Plus you have the 20 cent.
and they
Yeah.
charge you. Oh my God. I wish package shipping with USPS was the same as like a letter.
Mhm.
It's not.
No.
Like I can send a letter to
And
California
yet
and
doesn't
it
make
costs me the thing of the stamp. But
Right.
if I were to send a package to California,
cost you 4 times.
it
more.
costs me
Probably 10 times
twice as much as if I was sending the same package
in an envelope.
to Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's gotten so
The
bad.
United States Post Office is starting to work an awful lot like UPS and FedEx.
Well, yeah, because it's privately owned. It's not owned by the government anymore. So
It
they're
never was. It was just subsidized by.
Yeah, well,
But whatever. Some states have way more. It costs way more.
Somebody said it's a scanning. They do different scanning in different states and things like that. And the hassle of getting
I
it.
think the different states have different regulations and they tax differently.
Well, that's like the VAT tax. And some of you guys probably experienced those out of the country type tax that
Well,
pretty soon we'll have that too if
Yeah.
people get their own way too. So whatever. And it's bad because for the longest time,
But if
Indiana didn't charge state tax on something you bought in Michigan. Now they do.
well, that would be probably because Michigan enacted a tax.
No, all state. I mean, like Amazon, it doesn't make any difference. You pay a sales tax, a state sales tax on
Yeah.
all your orders.
Yeah.
Well, but my big thing is okay, you have all these coupons and you start out with, and it's $100 and your coupons take it down to 75. You're only paying tax on 75.
Right.
You should pay tax on the 100 because that's what you did. And then the coupons are just, hey, we're going to go ahead.
No,
and
I don't agree with that.
Oh, I do.
I mean, no, I don't agree with that at all. I think you should only be paying tax on the purchase price, not the list price. What you're purchasing. I think you should only be paying tax on the cost, not
Honestly, I don't
not
agree with that.
pre-sale.
I think it should be the other way around because when people do these coupons, and I've seen them in the grocery store.
The extreme couponing?
Well, even just in general, Mikey's done that too. And when he goes to Meijer, because he's got all the electronic things and he looks before and he makes sure that he picks that brand and everything else. And, because he used to only buy one package. If it was 3 for $9.99 or 3 for $9, he'd only buy one package and it would be $3.99. So now he buys all 3 to save the $3. And sometimes things sit for a while because I'm into them. And then all of a sudden I'm not into them. Now I'm into popcorn and not so much nachos. So he's got to go out and buy more popcorn instead of more. And I don't like the pretzel rods, even though we have probably 6 containers of them. And I'm now into the sticks. So,
But okay, let's go back. Because you squirreled there for a second.
Me?
Yeah, you. So let's just say that this ball of yarn is going to cost you $30.
Right.
But you have a coupon.
Right.
That is half off.
Okay.
So you're only paying $15.
Right.
You want to pay tax on 30.
Yes.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
See, I do.
No,
I think
no,
that's
no.
if you want to get states out of debt, if you want to make sure that people are, we're paying,
Well-
everybody's paying their fair share, then that would make sense to me.
Well, then the people that are buying the $15 million yachts can pay the 7% on their $15 million yacht. I only want to pay on the $15 that I'm actually fucking spending on my yarn.
See, I'm the other way around. I would love to be able to pay. I would not feel bad if I had to pay $1 million in tax every year. I wouldn't feel bad at that at all because I could afford it. Because I'd have money in order to pay that $1 million tax. So for me, that makes sense. It's like, okay, why wouldn't I?
But I think it should just be on.
I don't worry about the shopping either. I just, and my biggest problem is I see it on Prime.
Yeah, but most people aren't like you.
No,
Most,
they look.
Most people are shopping the sales because
Right.
that's what works with their pocketbook.
And
that's what works with their pocketbook. You don't have to shop Temu because of your pocketbook restrictions. Most people do. If they need, most people are shopping the sales because they can't afford the other things. I know Sasquatch is leaving. So
we're going to have a Sasquatch site.
So for you to sit here and say that you're going to tax the regular retail price of something versus the sale price of it, I think is bullshit. That's going to hurt the middle class and the lower class way more than it's going to hurt the upper class. Way more.
Okay.
See ya. Sasquatch is leaving.
I got a wave. He didn't even speak. I was going to turn the computer, but he snuck by. How does
I just think that is going to that sort of thing would hurt the
lower.
like
banana cream pie.
Yeah, I like pie. Who likes pie? We got off on
a tangent. So anyway,
I think if you want to lessen all of this shit in the government, like let's just stop cutting. Let's start cutting the bullshit that they're doing with our money, and let's not tax us.
Did I ever tell you a story?
At all? Like
my great.
I just sit here and think we had a revolution over a 3% tax on tea.
Well, we did. Yes, we did. Yeah, we did.
And now look at where our taxes are at.
We did through the ocean just because. So we didn't make any money.
And now look at where we're at.
Yeah. And it's who would have thought all those years later that throwing tea in the ocean would have been weirdest thing we ever did.
Let's do that again. Let's just go throw a bunch of tea.
It would be funny.
I think it would be great. Can we all just get together and get all of our tea together and just start dumping it into
dumping in the ocean?
Like let's go to Chicago to the river.
Yeah.
Instead of the green diet on St. Patty's Day, let's start throwing tea in
there and see what color it turns. Maybe chamomile or we could do raspberry tea and it would turn a nice. So there you go. On that note, we've gone over.
We've gone way over.
Enjoy your week. Enjoy any good weather. Getting it because we're going to have snow soon because it's going to be basketball season.
That white shit was flying around yesterday.
I know we had cold weather kind of popped back in since scared the crap out of us. So anyway, enjoy, have fun. We'll see you all next week. Bye now. Yeah. And you know what? This is a touch screen,
so she can touch the screen.
I can do this now.